Slardar as well. Like maybe get some Blink BKB fast enough. We'll see. We'll see. I definitely see the way for Blue Submarine to win, but I think the draft of 1 win is more meta and easier to play.
Okay. Well, speaking about Blue Submarine, then, like you're mentioning in particular the lanes, like what lanes need to go right? What heroes need to have the good early game that you feel like to get them into a position to be able to put that pressure on the early game?
All of them.
All of them. Okay. Well, is that a little bit concerning then? If they did 5 heroes have a good start?
Did you watch The Professional?
No, I have. No, I don't know what that is.
You have to. Like when you're in Germany, okay.
Okay.
This is
what I have to do.
Yeah, you have to do it with your partner. It has nothing to do with Germany. It's just like watch it with someone. It's a really good movie. It's a really good one, and all of them is a scene from that movie. Anyways, smoked up on the Radiant side. To be serious, like they can do well on their safe lane. Like it's a solid lane, I guess. Once you get Ogre level 2, he's got that learning curve, but I don't see that as a lane in which you're really winning versus Bat plus Mars. I would even say that Bat and Mars, even though they're playing into these 2 big boys, they probably have an easier time laning there. The one question mark for me is the Lion Slardar, because that lane into Alchemist and Phoenix is strong, but you can get punished too. Like Alchemist is much stronger than he used to be in the lane, so if you're out of position, if you get hit by too many Fire Spirits, maybe Dying Light procs, there's potential on both sides, but Lion and Slardar should do well here. Yeah.
Okay. What are the kind of spikes that we're looking for in the lane for the Lion and the Slardar? Is it anything in particular? Is it an early, like maybe laning item for them, or is it mainly just levels?
Let's see. This Phoenix right now is zoning them, and mid lane Puck is doing all right. But when it comes to bot lane, for Slardar and Lion, it's level 2. Like level 2, you're already kind of strong enough. You want to get boots on Slardar so you can get closer as well. That's always nice. He's going the double bracer route, which is also very common. But once you get like double bracer boots, you can actually fight into the Alchemist even through the acid spray. On the other side though, Alchemist and Phoenix are much stronger from actually level 3. Like level 2 is okay, but level 3 is when they become like they get a huge power spike from both of them.
Okay. We'll see how the bot lane's able to shape up in regards to levels, and top lane, we'll see how this one goes as well. Like you were saying, gonna keep eyes on the Ogre's levels. Has that level 2 now, so 2 points ignite. Lane is shoved out though, so Radiant doing a pretty good job to make sure the creep wave doesn't get pulled under the tower.
Yep, this is like one problem that you sometimes have with Ogre. Like you're playing this lane, you're fat, you're big, but no one wants to even touch you. Like no one cares, so they're just running back after you use Ignite. You don't have too much mana to work with. That's why he's queuing up Arcane Boots immediately. You need this Basilisk as soon as possible.
Bottom lane, as that first blood, level 2 advantage. Yep. Spirit and Lion, they're going to be able to combine together. Looking for Makushi as well. Spirit, not enough mana here for the stun, but it's going to be relying on the Bash procs, which is up in a second. That will result in a second kill, and Spirit's going to look for the reset. Nicely done from Blue Submarine.
Yep. I have to say that they did catch him out of position. Like this Phoenix did have dive, but wasn't able to use it, because level 2 is massive for Blue Submarine. They just have so many disables. They just utilize them properly. Now this is like this is everything. Like this lane completely changes the dynamic, and how it could have been played out is completely different now.
Because you also see with the deny from Spirit,
what
you what happened? Sorry.
Why didn't he just impale first? Never mind. It was a battle on Lotus Pool, and a bit of a mistake.
I was going to say it was a nice kind of like deny as well for Spirit, because he didn't need to play the lane. He saw that there was a creep wave and a half from Radiant, so it was going to naturally push out into his favor. So he didn't miss any creeps while he was dead. So he got back that full wave in front of the tower. Of course, Munkushi did go for his own pull, that's why it's kind of back, but
Oh my god.
see how much damage they're able to output. I mean, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Spec's actually going to play aggressive, though.
Yeah, he's level 3, like he can now kinda do it, but he needs to be
Is he also
very
dead?
respectful, yeah. He might be dead actually here, unless they miss.
Yo. Okay,
That-
he's alright.
Very nice stun on Mukushi, like he used it just before the last hit from Spirit. He had those 3 charges on the stun.
Yep, so a lot of action down bottom. We'll quickly take a look at how mid's continuing to shape up at the moment as well. Chiro Jr. 18 and 5 compared to 20 and 3. So both mid laners having a pretty good time. Bottom again, Munkushi. Looks like he's okay. Respect's going to try and fight back. Respect might be able to get a solo kill actually with aggressive dive and the blood grenade.
Let's go
Looks
Fairy.
he's going to be chased down.
He's
Pops
dead.
the fairy. He's fine. And now actually with a turnaround, Munkushi eats his own stun, but it's not going to matter. Spirit doesn't have the damage by himself without the lion. So very nicely done from Respect, seeing an opportunity for him to play aggressive onto the position 4 and gives him a bit of breathing room here where they can recover and maybe get some extra items to play in this lane now for 1 win.
Yeah, very interesting build on Phoenix as well, just buying boots instantly and utilizing that movement speed to punish the lion. It was a nice play. Maybe a bit unexpected after they got that first blood, but what's happening on mid lane, by the way? This is the one we didn't really talk about too much. Chira Jr. right now doing fine. Like this is exactly what you can expect, I guess, from the matchup. I'm not really sure, but Invoker, in my eyes right now, wins versus almost anything. Like he's just way too comfortable on the mid lane. You get a couple of levels, double raid band. This time around he's going, I believe, 1 raid band and power treads, yeah, so still just too much damage and too much heal from Quas. It's hard to contest him.
Are these heroes that you want to try and put emphasis on in securing the early power runes as well, like we see so often from supports?
Well, for Puck, of course, right? But for Invoker, you can, but he doesn't really have a bottle, so he can't utilize that rune very aggressively, right? Like you can't use the rune and suddenly pop up on some lane, use it with a bottle. You have to use it immediately. And yeah, Phoenix is gonna take it away. So still, taking the rune away from Puck is always nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, making sure that these heroes get some comeback potential top lane. They're rotating in. Oh! What? What the hell was that? Did Dragonite lose weight or what? But he just went through all those trees like treading the needle. Like so sad for the Mars because that's a kill. Like if he spears him right there, he had a lot of stick charges, but that's probably a kill anyway. Very sad for Mr. Mars. Sometimes it happens, you know. Yeah, these are the things that really are the worst in Dota, I would say. Like mentally, when you do everything right and the game still kind of wrecks you, you still don't get what you wanted. I mean, there are some pathways there, but it's harder to miss a tree there than to hit it.
Yes, it is quite unfortunate if you're going to miss that tree. Are they going to go for this? We saw what happened last time with the attempt under the tower. Maybe they feel a little bit more confident knowing that Puck doesn't have the greatest resources, if they've even scouted that out or not. But this is quite some time that the Invoker is spending away from mid, but maybe they're okay with this considering they really want to enable the Batrider this game.
I'm sorry, Observer was looking at mid and the way Lion was walking, by the way. What he just saw there is like Lupsi, he doesn't have a great idea where the ward is, But because he sees the bat, he sees the way bat is moving accordingly to the lion, and because of that, he knows where the ward is. It's like like these cool little plays that you can't really see them unless you know exactly what's happening. Very nice. He just moved there to see if bat is going to move towards a creep or move away from him. And the bat moves a little bit away from him, makes like a stupid move that you usually wouldn't make, and it gives away the ward.
Some nerdy stuff. There's some.
Yep.
You play a lot of Dota, you get a feel. They do something a little bit unusual. Speaking to D-Wards, one win's going to be able to get their own mid lane. And also, importantly, bottom, we haven't had that action. Spirit's going to make the attempt onto Respect. Respect will have the backup
So
Munkushi.
hard,
They're
though.
actually trying to make an attempt onto the Slaughter as well, because Chiro Jr. is going to TP down. Spirit's going to give a kill away, and Munkushi, who had, I believe it was first blood given over from him, is now, of course, top net worth with the Alchemist. And, I mean, Slaughter's still second
Lion.
position.
He's in vision as well, but yeah, you can't kill him there. Yeah, nice recovery from the Alchemist. One problem that Slardar has, and why this happened the way it did, is he doesn't have a game in which he's able to solo the supports. Like, as Slardar, you want to be a killer. You want to be this hero that, sure, there's someone defending the lane on his own, like some Phoenix delaying, but you can kill him. But
Chiro.
Invoker mid, yeah.
A lot of damage. There you go. I mean, that's a big way to get a pick-me-up here from Spirit. And they're going to try and invade into the jungle. We'll see if they'll be able to take this before they get there, though.
Spirit is here, maxed out, stun.
What was that? Why did he get dragged to the right? Are you serious? Dude, sometimes neutral creeps, I don't know, they do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna take all of these stacks. Look at this. All 5 heroes are here, actually. So that efficiency from one Wii, not really working right now, Spirit.
He's got some backup. Let's see if they're going to be able to protect him, though.
He's really fast.
Spirit's going to try and turn towards Sweet and Strong inside the river, but the Batright is in some trouble. They'll deal with him first. That'll give him time now to reevaluate if they want to continue with the fight. Even Munkushi TP'd in on the Alchemist as well, so a little bit of time wasted slowing down that Radiance.
Yeah, all of this is happening because your Mars is kind of underleveled. He's got level 6, but he went 3-3-0-0. He went for this build that allows him to farm the stacks, but now he doesn't have an arena. And like they're just playing really fast on Blue Submarine. This is something that we talked about during the draft, and it's working nicely right now. I believe that's a full blink on Spirit 2. This is, again, a hard kill to make, but he's level 5.
Yeah, very hard kill. Spirit aggressively diving under the tower. They're going to have to damage those Sweet and Strong. Movement speed's going to be there for him to catch up to the Slaughter. And it does indeed look like he's dead. So,
unnecessary.
Yes, unnecessary. It's just he's trying to learn his limits. I understand. I respect it.
Yeah, unfortunate for him a little bit, but this is again what we mentioned. Like, as a Slardar in this game, you don't really have these targets that you jump on and kill off instantly, which hasn't been the case, I guess, in a long time in Dota. But now with the bracers nerfed, I think some matchups are easier than others. But this Bat and Phoenix, they're just way too mobile. They mess you up. The lasso is there, and it's kind of hard to kill them without getting punished. When you're alone, at least. When you have your teammates around you, it's much, much easier. And now they're going for Cloud top.
He's going to walk straight back into them after picking up the Lotus. So Spirit with the Blink reveal. Look at the connection. The rest of the team's a little bit far away, but it's not going to matter in the end. Cloud's got no backup. Another kill for Blue Submarine. It's 4 heroes top. Let's see where they want to try and transition their forces after that.
I wonder what made them go for this particular smoke. Like, what's the point? Shutting down the Mars even further? Sure, but all this hero has to do eventually is pop the arena and that's it. And I wonder, will they pressure the triangle from... No, they're just moving back. So it was just like, let's smoke up and get the kill on the map. Let's do something. We have these heroes that can fight. Let's fight. But like, it's minute 13. The bot tier 1 tower is still very healthy. Mid tier 1 tower very healthy on Radiant. Top tier 1 tower very healthy as well. And the way I see it is, like, those kind of moves are actually giving one win more time.
Okay.
You know, it's like, yeah, you got a kill, but Monkushi is farming and Walker is farming. You're fine with it.
Is this like, I mean, I see Cloud again. He just picked up Arena at level 8. So is this also kind of tell like how they're looking to try and play the game? I'll hold that thought because Sweden's strong down bottom. 3-man movement through the portal, so it looks like they should be able to get a pretty free kill onto the Batrider. We'll see if they can finally look to lead this into a tower. They should be able to with a DK down bottom. But it seems like you're saying, one win really are fine with what's going on.
This is basically, Bat knew exactly what can happen on this lane. And he did finish off his Blink Dagger, so he didn't really lose almost any gold. When it comes to Mars, and when you mentioned his build, it's not really that strange that the Mars goes like level 7 or level 8 ult, depending on the game. It's not necessarily just this game related, that's what I wanted to say. Like, it can happen in many games.
T1 Tower's going to go down. Must say, very impressed with the farm from the Dragonite. Is without a doubt keeping up with the net worth of the Alchemist. I mean, I guess you can say he does have this natural farming mechanism in regards to the cleave, but Mask of Madness, along with the Armlet, Sunge is completed as well, so incredibly farmed. We'll see what's going to happen mid lane, though. A bit of a aggression put from Blue Submarine. There is going to be a counter smoking from one win, so they're going to look to try and defend the tower.
Let's see. This is the first time for them to take a fight with all the big ults, but they're not really that far behind when you look at the net worth, but they are behind because that's the Alchemist effect, right? Like, when you look at the other cores, they are definitely behind the Dire. It's all about the initiation. Supports, right? Yep. It's also all about the initiations and who gets the first jump here. It looks like Blue Submarine are doing the right thing. They're not even going to contest this. Just moving back.
Into very scary timing. Well, you speak about like the Alchemist and his net worth, but then you take a look at like the Batrider and the Phoenix. They have a lot at the moment. So yep. The supports is something we're probably looking at for Radiant to have a lot more impact inside some of these early team fights, and also with the Orchid on Cherry Jr. I mean, yet to have a yours. Puck is going for it though, so already has this read.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to play these two supports on one win when it comes to gold. Like, both Phoenix and Bat farm very nicely.
Is this a kill? Thinking about, I don't know. Did he get close enough?
I'm not sure. I didn't
saw
see
the Ghost Walk on him.
Yeah.
No, did you not? Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe, but he moved out anyway. So it didn't lead into a kill. That's what's important. But they are pinging out Spirit and as the core.
They don't get this kill. They're wasting a lot of time. This Invoker is just continuing to move across the map, and his net worth is continuing to drop. And maybe they'll get Loopsy bottom, but this is a lot of time that Chiro Jr. is wasting, and really hoping that he gets some kills out of this early Orchid.
Yeah. Basically, he's on a timer right now. You want to get, like you mentioned, the Yules on Puck, the BKB. Yules already completed. The BKB is being built on the Slardar. BKB is being built by the Dragon Knight. I like this. Like, it can kind of backfire sometimes because you went all in on these BKBs. You don't necessarily have this power-up ability, right? Like that will help you scale better. But getting these BKBs will basically allow them to fight into one-win team fight. So no matter what kind of a team fight they're bringing to the table, like, you just pop those BKBs and you hit them, and you're fine.
This was your game, Lizard, but you've forgotten the Wisdom Room. 18 minutes in, still up.
That's, yeah. Especially when you have these heroes. Like, they need levels. Levels are so good on Radiant, so I'm a bit surprised, but it happens, I guess. Don't ask me what I would do. I'm on a 12 loss streak. I won some games after, but still, the 12 loss streak is the only thing that you remember. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Let's see if we're going to get some action. Spirit, Loopsy, charging together, trying to connect down to bottom. They will run into Chira, who does have some backup, though. Pretty scary jump. Maybe they're going to look to try and play with the Dragon Knight instead. BKB is completed. Stuck. But they know that, though. Respect's going to dive in. Egg in the middle. It's not a bad ultimate. DK's going to try and turn to bring it down. He'll be successful. Already 2 early kills, and look at the Dragon Knight. His early net worth is just too much for Radiant to handle. Munkushi's getting kited. He doesn't have his own BKB, so he cannot right-click anyone.
Yeah, I think they got baited. They got... Sometimes, you know, like you see this thing that's way too juicy to not take, and then you go for it. But this was a huge bait. They are just not capable of fighting right now. These big items came out, and even with the Slardar on the cliff, if you position your egg that way, in which your team is kind of forced to go win, the problem isn't the egg dying. The problem is everyone else committing to fight around it. And then you're too close to this Dragonite. You're not picking off the right targets. Yeah, that was just like you got baited by the enemy mistake. And another thing that I sometimes hate in Dota, you know, like you just get someone does a mistake, and he baits you with that mistake, and you think, what's wrong with me? Why did I take this? But it was too good to be true, and unfortunately for one win, that was the case. This Dragonite, like you mentioned, way too big right now, and all they needed were these resetting tools. Dragonite needed a BKB. Once he has the BKB, he truly cannot die in this game. Like, they need way more items on everyone. And like, the Alchemist going for BKB is fine, but you're still not bursting through this DK. Like, even with the BKB Alchemist, it's going to be very difficult.
And this is where we're starting to see some of the concerns with them not getting pickoffs. Like Chira Jr. again is down there in regards to the net worth on maybe what you're hoping for, and the Mars as well. So these can be heroes that can have a little bit more difficult a time if the early game doesn't go perfect for them. So we'll see. Like, if you have one more fight, then we really could be saying like there is going to be some big problems for Radiant, because it's not just the DK, it's also like, you know, Spirit has now got 2 points in Corrosive Haze, so he's amplifying the Dragon Knight's damage output, but even the Puck's damage output as well.
Yeah, it's a nice combo with them. It's nice to see the Slardar. It's popping up here and there, but the hero itself, like, at the beginning of this season, wasn't necessarily that popular. I know that... you know what's crazy as well? Even though we're on the same patch, different tournaments have had different metas. Like, meta of Wallachia was different to meta of Dacia, and meta of Dacia was different to meta of Dream League that just happened. So yeah, I think we'll see more and more heroes being experimented with. Slardar might be one of those. That's all.
And a great hero to be able to help them claim Roshan as well. It does look like Radiant's aware of this, but are they going to be here fast enough though? This Rosh will fall at a pretty rapid rate. Yeah.
It might be still a decent fight for them because Dragon Form is used, but this is like still a very early Dragon Form. Let's see. They'll try to fight this.
They're going to run straight into them. Spirit up at the high ground. Cold Snap activated with the BKB. Spirit's going to be protecting. Munkushi wants to deal with the backline. It's messy though. Munkushi's getting kited. He's not there to protect the supports, nor the egg as well. The Puck and DK in combination together, they're going to be able to bring it down. Meanwhile, everyone else is trying to escape, but Loopsy found him. Munkushi, TP cancelled. He was hunting the line for the entirety of that team fight. Loopsy, he was able to juke into the trees and then got his revenge, stopping the TP out. That's a 3-for-1, and the age is going uncontested as well. Blue Submarine have come to play.
Yeah, I really liked One Win's draft, but seeing it play through sometimes gives you more info, right? And these guys just pop their BKBs and they run at them. The lanes went very nicely. The Slardar got his items very quickly, and all of these fights, I'm just not sure where your real physical damage is coming from on One Win. Like, what you need at this point in this kind of a game is to split them. is to kite these BKBs, is to bring these BKBs to 6 seconds, and then when you bring them that low, you can maybe start taking these prolonged fights where it doesn't matter that they have BKBs. You can save your spells, don't not use them immediately, and then fight off of that. But first they need to stop taking all of these fights 5-on-5 just completely head first.
Yeah. It's like maybe a little bit too late for that, unfortunately, though. With Aegis on DK, map is going to continue to shrink. Spirit is... he found Chira.
Yeah, he found...
How's he going to get out of this one?
Dust?
Lion.
Loopsy! Oh, there's dust there.
I'm even surprised that he didn't get the proc of the Ghost Walk. I thought he was close enough to get that.
Yeah, sometimes not having enough range is beneficial, you know?
This works out in Chira's favor, so he's going to be okay. But again, this is time that is being wasted here. We've not really seen the value out of the Orchid, and it was a very early blink as well from the Batrider, which we didn't get anything out of either. But they're going to try and make the attempt, Spirit. Oh, close.
A bit dangerous, yeah. Well, it's a nice try from Sweden Strong.
Oh,
Let's
no way. They're going to try and go for the Starter, but Starter's got backup and all of Radiant. They're not here. I mean, just playing without the entire team, the synergy, it's not showing for one win, and this has been a team that has been together for quite a while now.
Honestly, in my head, the idea was he's gonna jump, everyone else is going to run away, he will waste the lasso for a BKB charge, and that's it, and he dies on that. Maybe he lives, whatever, but he buys some time. The Aegis is slowly ticking down, and you're happy with that. But losing an Invoker there too is... I feel like they just didn't know what they were doing. They jumped in. There is no way in hell you kill that Slardar. Like, how do you kill him? How do you burst him down? Like, what's the control that makes that possible?
I mean, this is going to be a Daedalus with Aegis with a minute left. This is... potentially just putting itself in a position where if they win one more fight, it's literally just game. If they get a fight with the Daedalus,
it absolutely looks that way. Yeah. They can also take it easier, right? Like there's a tier 2 on top lane. There's also the Tormi. So I think maybe that's a better approach. Minute 28 Wisdom Rune too, something that you can think about snatching perhaps. Take over the map. You're not necessarily in any big rush. There are some nice items, like I'm seeing this Alchemist buying an AC. I think it's a really good item for them. It's not really the craziest item.
Doing? Okay.
Playing with fire there. Getting a bit too close.
Sorry, you were saying? What was...
No, I basically what I was saying is nice AC, bro, on Alchemist. That's all. I like it, but let's see if it's gonna do a lot. Phoenix is buying a Hex, by the way, too, or at least attempting to, which is nice into the puck, right? Like to be able to catch him. Like he's probably the target that's maybe the best to go on first. If you can stun him before he Yules, but like if you could take these fights on one win by killing Lion and Puck, then you can maybe kite them and play around. But if you don't kill the Lion and Puck, you're not winning these fights as well. If you're going on these, like if the lasso goes on the Slardar or the Ogre Dragonite, like you're just not killing anyone, most likely.
And with the Roche fight that we saw previously, that was like the thought process from Nkushi. Like his decision was to go for the Lion. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened with his stun or maybe something else that caused him not to be able to stay on top of the Lion, but that was the read the Alchemist had. I mean, he completely avoided everyone and wanted to deal with that hero. So we'll see maybe in this upcoming fight if they can maybe take a fight around Vision and a high ground, which could give them a better way to initiate, and maybe we can see them find a way back in this game, because it's a 7,000 deficit. It's quite a lot with an Alchemist lineup. This Dragonite is incredibly farmed, and again, not only that, but you have the Corrosive Haze, which is getting close to maxed out now. So this is this would be a very impressive comeback, honestly, if they can find a way back in.
Absolutely. Impressive is probably the best way to put it. There is like no ages, so maybe some way to take this next team fight, but I'll be surprised. Like this bloodlusted Dragonite, once he starts hitting the high ground, you'll have to react immediately. It's not one of those situations where you can poke from distance. But there,
it's what is it? A bloodlusted, fire shielded with a paladin sword. He's got. They almost have a solar crest as well in the ogre. Like it's not just one thing.
You know what? I'm disappointed. I'm actually disappointed.
What? Did I do something?
I mean, I can never be disappointed in you, but in this ogre, not buying Midas, you know, I really, you know what? Like I'm trolling a bit, but deep inside, I honestly believe in the ogre Midas. Like, I think buying one item and then like arcane boots and Pavis and that's it, or it's just like arcane boots and going Midas on a position 5 or 4 ogre, even if you're buying all the sentries and dusts, when you're winning the game, just propels you forward so ridiculously. But yeah, no one is gonna do it because if you lose, you look dumb.
I must say I'm impressed with what One Win are doing. We're seeing them really split up the map. I say that though. Looks like Puck is going to be able to catch out the Bat Rider, so will be a solo kill into the position 4. Sweden strong. Oh,
will it be?
Okay, it may not be. Is he going to be able to get him? Waning Rift still on cooldown, and he gets out. Okay, so Coil on cooldown, and again, that I was seeing in their praises of being able to stall this game out. They're continuing to do that.
Well, sometimes you Stormhammer a creep, sometimes you Yule a creep, you know, it happens. Sometimes you don't click on the hero. It happens even to the best of us.
I mean, we're getting towards some items, like Hex is being worked on from Chira. Looks like Respect actually changed into a Shiva's, so is going down this route.
Okay.
Manta from Munkushi, so I mean, is this like... I mean, yeah, okay, what are you going to dispel the silence and the corrosive haze? But is it mainly just actually stall this game out? But actually, why would you go Manta into the Lion?
Yeah, I don't get the Manta build. Like, the Shiva's build on Phoenix very stock standard. Like, it's okay, you're playing into these guys that have a lot of HP. Getting that Shiva's effect against them is really good. It's nice to have vision on Puck through the trees. It's like overall a good item. But when it comes to the Manta on Alchemist, like you said, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Like, split pushing, I guess, but like you said, Lion is there. Let's see. They're gonna actually fight 5-on-5 here. They have good.
They're gonna see Puck shot the lane out. And the high ground advantage is going to be nice for them as well, except the Puck's going to be able to catch the backline heroes. DK's going to run straight towards the Invoker. The egg's okay, but they can just turn if they got the vision of it. It looks like they do. They'll be able to bring the egg down, and everyone else will follow shortly afterwards as Cloud not long for this
world. Look at the wave, by the way. Look at the wave down bottom. It's actually straight in their base. This is instantly into the high ground push. They even saved that one range creep. This is at least the side. They have a lot of buybacks, but at this point, I'm not even sure it's... I mean, how do you kill him? He's got Satanic. And you were talking about them being nice on the high ground. It was nice, but there was also a high ground ward by Dire on that small little isolated cliff. That one. So it kind of scouted the movements, and you could just go uphill. I mean, they were doing a good job split pushing. Top lane...
What's going? Wait, he became mean.
Yeah. 700 gold, man. It's full Manta completed off of position 4 kill.
Okay. Lion's gonna be laughing at the free money he's gonna get from the Manta illusions now. But yeah, like
he
you say, I mean,
invested. He invested in the alchemist so he can kill the Manta. I see.
Yes.
I see. Crypto is booming. Alchemist stonks are booming. I see.
Some big brain stuff there from the Lion. He's a smart guy. Alright, I mean, this DK is incredible. Godlike 905. Ages now for him. This guy is gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm just trying to think if there is like a point in this game in which they can turn it, but usually what you do, if you're not certain about the matchups, you start clicking on all of these heroes and trying to figure out what they're gonna buy to change things, and I just don't see anything. There's a bat buying an Aghanims, which is completed, like it's flying out to him. Any second now it should. Which is cool, but I mean, the problem for them is the damage. Like, they just don't have it. They need to find a way to approach these fights by killing Puck and the Lion, but even that is increasingly difficult. Lion with the Ghost, Puck with the Lincolns. And good luck.
yeah, who are you lassoing? Because DK is going to be on the front, and he's the only person you're going to be able to lasso. So Scepter doesn't change that.
Kushi, look at this.
Well, they're going to make the attempt on the Alchemist. Okay, there's the lasso. Yeah, you got two, but where's the follow-up? And with the Alchemist control, there was no damage, and he's got no buyback. Cloud, defensive use of the arena.
Dragonite.
It's not bad. Okay, so you got Sunray. That's how you're going to deal with him with the percent damage, but you killed him the once, and you're probably not going to touch him a second time. Now, it's a good tornado to give some breathing room for Cloud, but off the respawn, they are back inside the base, and they're asking, what do they do now? They used almost everything. Lasso, Arena on cooldown, no elk, you just have Arena.
They're going Throne. There's no Alchemist buyback. They want to force it. Of course, they do not know if he has buyback or not.
Oh, cheer up. Steps up a little bit too far forward. They've got the Sunray.
I feel like
Help him get back.
I think they can maybe even survive for 30 more seconds if they continue poking. Maybe.
So it's up to the Invoker and his spell casting. Tornado EMPs will continue to help out. They have Lasso in 5 seconds as well. Keep an eye on how close they get to the fountain if they're going to be able to see them get back inside the base. They've got 2 Force Staffs to maybe get that assistance of the fountain. It looks like Blue Submarine will pay the respect with the Alchemist up in a couple of seconds. Sweden strong on the chase.
Nice, double
lasso. That's the target that we're looking for. Onto both supports. Respect's going to dive further away. Egg in a defensive position, but they are out. Spirit wants nothing to do with this. Unfortunately, with the Ogre and the Lion, they will pay the price. That's the lasso they were looking for here. Finally, one win gets something.
Yeah, it's a really good lasso because they also get the gem out of them. 2 probably, I mean, you'd be happier if you caught the Puck, of course, but the 2 supports are also
they wouldn't
probably
expect this.
Oh, DD.
They're going back in with the DD. Does it get the dive away? Cloud's going to jump out with the timing out of the Spirit. They got the chain control. And now it's just a DK by himself. The BKB will probably cover the TB, but okay, some signs of life.
Some signs of throwing more, like your supports are still dead and you're going in. Versus 5 heroes, I mean, sure you have double damage, but it's just so damn unnecessary. Signs of life, like you said, that shadow-bladed DK was actually scouted out because keep in mind they have a gem, so you just gave them the gem. So going in with that Shadowblade DD surprise is never gonna happen. It's never gonna work, especially with your 2 supports being dead. And look at them now, they're actually leaving their base, exploring the possibilities of maybe even taking a Tormentor. Unchained. 1 win unchained.
I wonder why maybe they feel like they wouldn't have gotten anything out of the map. I mean, they put a lot of emphasis on trying to get that Tormentor. So Cherry Jr. has the Aghanim Shard now. What are some other items? Respect is close to 18, which we'll see if those extra attacks are actually going to pay off in the end, considering the attack speed that's been built from Dire. But importantly, Shiva's is almost on. Lotus almost on Mars.
It's a big item spike for him. Overall, the eggs have been a bit lackluster. on Phoenix. like, but it's still a massive part of their team fight, and getting level 18 would be very
This ward
important.
inside the base is going to be a big issue for them. Lion's going to be able to get the jump onto the Mars. Simultaneously, they're controlling the Bat Rider as well over to the right side. Two fights going on at the same time, but the Alchemist is just gone. The Supernova not protected as well. Maybe the last is going to be able to help with the DK.
Maybe it is.
He's in trouble. Look at the Sunray damage. Unfortunately, it's now over. Respector's got another round of it, but DK healed back up. The Satanic Lifesteal, he's going to be able to sustain through it all. Still another round of the Spear, but I don't think they've got enough. DK will stand strong. Beyond Godlike, still yet to die this game.
Slardar are buying back, by the way.
Yeah, they got to try and make the attempt. Slardar coming over. He'll be here
Once
shortly.
rendered.
Their throne exposed as well.
But the double buyback, and this will be buyback for buyback. You know, like this game, which was absolutely free for Blue Submarine, right now it's still free, but like, I can. What's the win percentage? Can we see that? Like,
It's
if
3%.
It's 3. So basically, what I was gonna say, if it was 1% or 0% before, now it's like 3% because you have some buybacks that you can maybe kill. You know, like you kill the Slardar, he doesn't have buyback. Suddenly, you can maybe open up a rush pit for yourself.
I know. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they can do. It's still a very difficult position for them to be playing in on one win, but really the big thing for me has been the Sunray, right? From Respect, we've actually seen, like, if he's been able to get like a full duration Sunray off, then that has really been where the damage has been coming from.
It's huge. It's huge. Like if you can manage to kite out the BKBs, which are now on 6 seconds on all of these heroes, if you can get those BKBs down, then the Sunray really starts hurting. You have Shivas as well on Phoenix. Batrider, those double lassos have been able to control them through the BKBs. So overall, I'm not gonna say we have a game, but
Oh no, we don't have it. Don't get that close.
we don't have a game. Yeah, we don't have a game, but with this refresher on Invoker, you know, double hex, double lasso, egg, if all the stars align, one win can maybe do it. That way.
Level 20 is going to be important then for the Phoenix as well, right? With the extra
the
Sunray max health
percentage.
damage. Okay, let's see.
It's kind of sad that this position 5 hero, you know, like he has to do so much heavy lifting this game, but
Yeah.
it do be like that.
It's funny because I was kind of just going to bring up the same thing in a bit of a different way. Like, it's funny how we're speaking about pretty much everyone else but Munkushi. Like, we're not really saying about what the Alchemist is going to do for them. It's kind of everyone else.
I mean, can anyone blame us at this point? Because Munkushi is literally just a, I don't know, power creep at this point. Jumps in, uses his ulti, gets gone on, dies.
This could be a okay smoke. We'll see if they're going to be, I mean, of course, Slaughter with the Guardian Sprint's going to be able to get out of range, so connects with the team. I thought maybe they would have got there in time. Actually, that's not going to be the case.
Kill the courier. Kill it. Kill it, Chira, you want it. Never mind.
They might run into the Dragonite first. Probably not the ideal target.
Yeah, they know
Start this. Aztecor seems kind of aware. Smoke's gonna pop just on the Ogre. They get the jump. That's not what you want. It's an Ogre. You needed more than that. You're not gonna find it. He's not even dead just yet. Aztecor will finally go down inside the arena. Will he even? Solar Crest keeps him up, but now they just have to get out. They're gonna cut their losses, but unfortunately they will not be able to. Chira Jr. has nothing to protect himself, and like you said, that will be game. There are no buybacks available for one win.
Yeah, the only question is, do they wait for this rush, which will be up in 20, or if they just go Throne? If they go Throne, the game is over.
What's he saying? What's...
I mean, that first thing is his nickname, Zvezd. The DK's nickname.
Okay.
But it's like, I think what he wrote is basically like a bit of a slang, so I can't translate it properly. I believe his nickname is a star, by the way, Dragonites.
I see, okay.
And maybe he was like something star. Yeah, really, something like that. I think. I'll actually search for it.
Well, they're feeling good. They're feeling good on Blue Submarine. I mean, they're gonna see Munkushi. You'll deal with one, but yeah, cool. Nice one. I mean, you're throwing a little bit of health left and will eventually go down. So Blue Submarine able to strike first. I mean, this is an open qualified team coming in, taking on the first seeded one win, and they're able to take them down. Is the monkey pick kind of fix some of the issues?
I think it fixes a lot of issues. I think monkey is like it. How to put it? Like he still needs to itemize accordingly to the game. I still think that he needs to. Maybe even monkey can go orchid. I've seen mid monkeys go orchid. Like you can go orchid, you can go Gleipnir as well. I think these kind of builds are probably the best for him because you are working with Empower in the end anyway, so you don't have to go for like something different. Like overall, I like the monkey pick. I still prefer Blue Submarine's draft slightly, but monkey makes me a bit more confident in them.
Okay. See Chiro Jr. if he's going to be able to have that performance that they need on one win to force us to a game 3. Definitely would be a bit of an upset if they get knocked down first round to the open qualified team coming out. So, see, it was a good showing from Blue Submarine. Was it a fluke or can they repeat it? What is going on?
What's going on? ESL Bugs. I want to shout out this guy. Like I think he's been adminning games when I was playing, even like long time ago. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Yeah, smoke up all around.
Same smoke as last time?
Yep. Can they catch anyone? Nope.
Okay, back to their side.
Yeah, they have to, because of the satire, it's trying to deny the bounty. Nice attempt by the Chen.
Bounty denied for you. And Respect is actually even going to try and kill the Sator.
Ah, so
hey, nice.
So they're actually putting, like, I wasn't sure. I thought it's gonna be Shadow Demon plus Magnus and the Grimstroke plus Alchemist. They're putting the Shadow Demon down bottom. I don't know. I'm not sure which one is preferred for me.
I kind of prefer SD4, no? Or at least playing at top so he can stack. But and don't you have more kill potential? I mean, okay, maybe you have kill potential still. I mean, SD with the change to the what is it? The Menace innate. Like, I guess your laning is much better than what it used to be. But I thought maybe there might be a little bit more kill threat with the Grimstroke. The stacks is something I can't like ever overlook, and it's just much more difficult for SC to do that as a 5, or at least playing down here.
Yeah, he can stack some other camps, I guess, like the jungle. Oh, fine art! That's very cool. I'm hyped now. I'm actually now hyped. I'm officially hyped.
What are you talking about?
Grimstroke hit the facet, and you don't really see this very often. He's got fine art, so he'll be able to maybe utilize Chen's creeps to his advantage to hit people. Like it gets like vector based, I guess. You can draw. You become Picasso basically.
Okay, I see.
It's kind of cool, and maybe you can even stack with it. By the way, maybe he can stack the triangle with one stroke of fate. I think he can't, but maybe.
Is he cooking?
He's cooking. He's cooking.
He's
let
cooking.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him. Okay. We shall let him cook. Chiro Jr. Keep tabs on how the monkey is going mid lane. Of course, like we were saying, this is going to be a very monkeyed favored matchup, and we are seeing that be the case without a doubt. Puck at least is going to be able to get the bottle delivered and has the water rune as well, but this is not going to be fun times here for the Puck.
Yeah, recently when people only started picking monkey into Puck, it would be no surprise to see a monkey king getting even like a kill or two on the puck, completely ruining him. I feel like puck players have adjusted a little bit, and they now realize just how difficult this lane is, so they don't allow themselves to die as often. Chen?
If they're going to be able to get the kill, Chen attempts a quick TP out. The damage not there, unfortunately, with the Stroke of Fate, so only level 1.
Yeah, not the highest damage dealing hero this Grimstroke this early on, level 2. Plus the Inkswell, because of fine art, what's the trade-off? You don't get to pop Inkswell whenever you want to. That's always a problem when you need to break TPs, right? Like someone just gets away from you with the TP. Sure.
Do see lanes looking much more stable than what we got last game. I guess maybe saying that again, mid is not looking the greatest for the puck, but besides that, the side lanes in particular are looking relatively stable from either side.
Yeah, the only one that's kind of having a bit less farm is Spirit on the Pango, right? Like he's the one. Like Magnus, there's some offlane diff, like 4 or 5 CS, but overall nothing crazy. And of course, the difference between game number 1 and game number 2 is Spirit, he didn't get a double kill. Right? So he's gonna have to play a normal game of Dota this time around.
It's unfortunate for the puck. You have Sweet and Strong look to rotate over. Still the water rune and the bounty rune as well. Yeah, Loopsy falling pretty low. Unfortunately, Concoction still on cooldown. Spirit's gonna eat a little bit of damage as well.
Yeah, but he used Swashbuckle. It was level 1, and he got both of those range creeps on like 1 HP. Both of them get denied.
Mid lane, Chira Jr. Here's the solo kill, actually. Hang on, Chira Jr. Is he gonna have the damage for the TP? And Loops is there, and now with the stun comes out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is like basically my point from a minute ago. Like a Monkey King used to kill the puck very easily, but now teams are expecting it, and if they're expecting a dive, it's like a Huskar. You know, if you're playing versus a Huskar, you know that he's gonna dive, so you might prepare for that move and punish him. Nicely done by the Lion. Good TP.
Very much needed without a doubt. Puck's gonna have to go all the way back to base, but he'll refill up. Still with the last hits favoring Radiant. Again, Cloud, Bracer, Null, Wand, high in the stats here for the Magnus. As a result, though, with the Grimstroke also continuing to play in the lane, they do have no stacks. But securing the lane, they can always go back and start to make some stacks afterwards, and probably going to see Sweet and Strong even maybe consider about trying to move over and get the power rune out of the hands of the puck.
10 more seconds, let's see. Sweet and Strong. Gonna stack, gonna move like you just said. Lion on the other side, probably gonna do something similar. Nope. Lion is taking the long way around, but the Chen denies it in the end. All of this fake hype for a Setar creep, just denying the haste rune. Spirit down bottom.
Should be a lot of damage here with the Concoction already charged up. Shield Crash going to be able to mitigate some of that.
Yeah. 20 charges on the wand, so hard to kill.
Hard to kill, but forcing out some resources and doesn't really cost them that much. I mean, Respect, I guess, is out of mana, so maybe you don't have many more attempts at being able to do so. How's the stacks for him as well? So we do have a double of the small and the medium down bottom. Like you were saying, we could potentially see the Shadow Demon look to try and prioritize that instead. So Munkushu again is going to, again, previously last game we saw him die early in the lane, but he was able to stabilize, and it looks like it's going to be another time where he's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, this time around a better start, right? Like the last game he had to stabilize. This time around he's just having a good game from the get-go, and he's not really pressured. So overall a much better game for the Alchemist, in which he'll be able to maybe even be that hero that makes a difference early on. Because Alchemist, if you give him a complete free farm like he's getting right now, he becomes a sort of a playmaker. Like he joins all these fights, like he gets a blink radiance very quickly, and then it's very difficult to deal with.
Trying to poke down the gyrocopter. Cloud will be able to get the skew away before the ultimate connects. We did have a rotation through the portal from Respect, but he hasn't popped out of the shadows just yet. In fact, it's going to be the Monkey King that also starts to swing to top. They've got the ward, so as Deco's going to be able to scout out Chira Jr. Fortunately, this will give him only a bit of peace. Chira is able to hunt him down. So a nice little kill rotation from the Monkey.
Yeah, even look at the Alchemist. Even he rotates top, right? He can, of course, he's gonna farm this and most likely go back down bottom. But they're just playing this game much faster. I think the one difference maker for Blue Submarine right now should be the puck. On paper, it should be the puck, but the puck has no game. He's been pressured mid. Let's see.
We're gonna try and make the attempt onto the Monkey King.
Oh, that's so hard though.
TPs are quick. And they're gonna have to damage. It doesn't look like it. Chira Jr. 1400 health they have to go through, but the Penguin's stuck as well. Spirit not really gonna get the best use of the ultimate, and now this is getting awkward. They're still gonna be able to line up for the double stun. Puck jumps in with the waning rift. Now with the Magnus TP, they must get out. Unfortunately, Puck is not gonna be able to do so, and Chira Jr. is gonna try and catch up with the Lion. Lactism, an observer here. Just to scout up the retreat, and looks like Chira Jr. with some of the damage coming through from the Jingu should be able to have what it takes to catch up Loopsy, boundless strike in a couple of seconds.
He tried.
And that'll be it.
He gave it his best, you know, on Lion. Like, he threw that blood grenade as well. It was a nice attempt to keep a dot on him, but it wasn't good enough. Spirit down bottom. Actually, yeah, he can't get the stun off, right? Yeah, Munkushi won't be able to get him. Stuns himself instead. But, like, they got so punished on that mid lane. That's not the rotation. Like, when I was saying Puck needs to make something happen, I didn't mean trade his life for a Shadow Demon. That was definitely not worth it. Stealing the stacks as well. Yeah.
We're seeing really the change though from one when, like you're saying, with this Monkey King, something that they were really needing out of the mid lane, and we're seeing the tempo be what was lacking previously, and now it is very different. Like Chira Jr. getting quite active. Also importantly, the support's playing with him as well. Speaking of Chira, this is the Boundless. They've got the coil on the opposite side of the river. Cloud is also swinging over. So Puck should be able to secure the kill. Doesn't. Oh, gets the jaunt away at the last second.
Warpine?
Sweet and strong, maybe. There's a bit of an opportunity for them to be able to continue with the chase. Double stun under the tower. Even the gyrocopters here, so why not? Everyone feels as there's a necessity to show up to this team fight, but they're just lacking some of the stuns connecting, and then the fall damage as well as a result. So we do only have the gyrocopter going down, pretty much every single hero but Spirit and Munkushi, so 8 men in the mid lane.
And that poor Grimstroke being ran down by the Warpines. 2 acorns just running you down. Feels bad, man. But yeah, overall, once again, huge commitment. And yeah, you get the Grimstroke, I guess, in the end. But overall, 1 win, they're the ones... The way I feel about this game right now is that they're in full control. It's not like they're winning the game, but they're the ones setting the pace and doing what they want to do on the map.
Is this going to change anytime soon for Blue Submarine, or is this kind of expected with their lineup?
I'm not sure. Like, you've got this level 6 on Chen now. You have his ulti. And maybe you can even bait some things out. Like, your Lion is not 6 yet. That's the problem. Like, your supports... Chen got his 6, but Lion is still not there. Not quite. Once he gets it, maybe you can make some moves, like Finger of Death. If they try to re-engage, you have your ulti on Chen to save your heroes, your teammates. I believe the Fusel is being sent out on the Pango. So they are getting the necessary items to take these next engagements.
Is this common as well at the moment with the gyrocopters going the Yasha? I know we've seen it kind of if you're going something. Okay, so no, we're not really seeing this.
Yeah, it's not super common. No, at least I didn't see it, but maybe I'm just wrong. I'll actually check the Dota Pro tracker for you. I'm not really playing way too much gyro, but stock standard build usually is like some crit or agonims, like the normal build, at least. But
Yeah, that's what I thought was the case. Like, if you're ever going for an item before, I mean, okay, sometimes we saw Mask of Madness, but that was like a while ago. I've not seen the Yasha. I know there's been some
No,
murmurs
it's
about
like
this Sanjin Yasha.
it's like crit agonyms.
Yeah.
That's still the build. That's still what people are doing and going for.
Now, let's hit top lane. Double smoke with the blink on Cloud. They're going to have TPs in. Oh, Cloud off the mark with the RP. It shouldn't matter in the end, though. They'll TP in the Chen. Let's see if he's going to be able to get the kills offhand. It gone doesn't come through thanks to the banishment. And now Aztekor is going to try and run to the rest of the reinforcements. Spirit acting like interference, trying to make it a bit more difficult for them to spell cast. But Spirit's Rolling Thunder really doesn't do a whole lot. And now this could give an opening for Chira Jr. to leap inside the middle, but the Boundless Strike will split the middle.
I feel like
Blue Submarine able to get away.
Every time not every time, but a couple of times now, he goes in with the monkey and he's spoiled with choices. So he doesn't connect on anyone. He's like in between two heroes. By the way, all of these fights that One Win are taking are before the big items come online. Alchemist does have a Radiance, but he's yet to buy a Blink, and your monkey on mid lane is still playing without a single item. Now he has Orchid. Yeah, now he has Orchid. Puck, mid lane.
It's going to be revealed. Pucket's got some boys behind him. Importantly, the Hand of God's going to be there as well, if required. Orchid's going to expire. Spirit is going to be in some trouble inside the river. And we're just seeing there's a massive lack of damage at the moment from Blue Submarine. I mean, they are able to do nothing. Munkushi chasing down Spirit. They're not going to try and catch up to the Pangolier, but Chira Jr. he is ready to maybe cut around, see if anyone's sticking in this area to defend the tower.
Yeah, but I'm seeing nothing from both sides, like just not a lot of damage overall.
The Gyro?
Uh-huh.
Can he be here? Wow, this is very aggressive positioning. We'll try and look for the homing missile, but that's going to be killed off from Chira Jr. I mean, looking for the tier 1 tower, but
Hand of God.
Hand of God, it's not going to
Yeah.
do anything.
Not really that. Spirit actually rolling in. Maybe wants Cloud.
Oh no. Is this the third rolling? And he tried to get the Lotus as well at the end. It's like, alright, let me get this at least. Didn't even
He's
get
gonna
it.
get
Is he
gone
dead
on.
now? Oh, bit awkward.
Cloud has a Blink RP, by the way. You gotta be actually careful here. Spirit.
Oh.
Chira is baiting, basically. Gyro is
Do they want to take this fight?
I mean, Gyro TP'd in, but Puck went away. So if you take this fight, you're taking it without a Puck. He's the crucial element of this team fight, because they need the control. And they don't get it. Like, the Pangolier ain't it, you know? Like, he's... Especially with these last couple of rolls, I'm not sure if you can bank on that.
Look how they're playing around Chira as well. Again, Cloud, along with the double supports, trying to smoke behind the Monkey King, who
He's going
will
in.
probably get some action with the power rune shortly. They're going to go beforehand. Skew actually over to the opposite side, but it will not matter. They got a glimpse of Lupsi as well. Shield rune's going to make this one a little bit more difficult, and probably enough to keep him alive.
Yeah, shield rune too strong. Also his build, he's got Belt of Strength. He's going first item drums on the line. One of the supports kinda needs to buy it. I'm surprised it's not the Chen, but okay. This is also fine. Chen can get like Mech Vlads or Mech Solar. Overall though, they're finding easy solutions to this pack. They built the Orchid like we've talked about on the Monkey King. The RP as well is connecting on him. Like, the game where I thought Puck should have free reign isn't really played out that way. Yeah.
I mean, the position for Respect so far has been really on point to try and protect Chira Jr. Now they've got the Soulbind as well to make the Rolling Thunder completely useless. I mean, the turnaround's going to be there. They were ready and waiting. You get the kill on Chira. At least in the end, by the looks of it, I thought it was going to be a bit better from the boys on one when actually they were struggling to stop the retreat from Blue Submarine. So, okay, not bad.
Yeah, pretty good from Blue Submarine. One of the problems that you sometimes get when you play the Magnus is you're very cooldown reliant. and he doesn't have RP. If he has RP in that fight, he probably catches a extra couple of heroes behind, and then you fight off of that. But what can you do if you don't have that control? Like we've talked about it already. The control on one win is really low. They kind of managed to make it work so far, but without the RP, it's difficult to take fights.
Just watching these two creeps try and get the D1 and it puts Aztec on. He was not microing his heroes, so they still saw him under the ward.
Yeah, he fell asleep a little bit, microing the...
Oh.
Well, nothing really. He just gets the DD.
Yeah, but I was hoping the puck would get it. Trying to see if there was a way for the
Maybe
puck to enter this game.
Yeah, maybe if he impaled him as well, right, at the same time, but puck was too far, and he's going for Yules next. No blink. Witchblade into Yules on puck. Kinda understandable, I guess. You are playing into... You have no saves, and you're playing into an early Orchid.
Roshing, okay. Remnant of the DD along with the Empower, feeling like they have what it takes to be able to go for Roche.
They have...
Could be scary though. I mean, Blue Submarine, if they knew this in an area with Rolling Thunder or the AoE, could actually be an okay fight, but they are not aware of what is going on.
And they're not going in. They're afraid of the RP as well. Like there's an RP, DD, BKB completed on Alchemist. I feel like one win, they're hitting them with what they got hit with in game number 1. Like this Tricore finishing off BKBs will make it very difficult for Blue Submarine to have the amount of damage needed. Like your Jaro went SNY, next item, next stop, Aghanims. I mean SNY into RP is always kind of nice, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how much they can do when these BKBs are up.
Let's try from Spirit. Solo kill from Munkushi, much different game here for the Alchemist. He does not have the opponent's carry being able to actually keep up in net worth. Those 2 deaths unfortunately hurting the Gyrocopter. And they might actually be able to catch Spirit. Look at the positioning, Monkey. Ooh, reactions in the blink. Okay, nicely done.
Quick fingers.
So good position though for one win to be in. You're going to get the tier 1 tower down bottom. You look for the tier 2 potentially. Tormentor's up, then the Wisdom Room. So great timing for them to be able to get all these objectives down bottom. And if you're Dire, do you contest this? Because this is going to be a lot of gold and just map control in general that goes their way if you don't.
Well, they're kind of converging here, but I'm not sure this is their fight to take. Gyro actually TPing in too. He doesn't have an Aghanims. He needs not a lot of gold to get it. And Monkey will scout them as well. This is...
They're going to be able to get the jump. Can they keep him alive long enough as Decor tries to pop the mechanism over the right side though? Cloud in with the RP, but it's not good. There's going to be no follow-up. So RP doesn't really provide them a whole lot, but still slowing down the retreat. Munkushi's going to be ready with another jump in with the BKB to protect him. There is nothing they can do along with Tira Jr.'s Wukongs. This will be the Gyrocopter that goes down, and you were hesitant about Blue Submarine trying to take the team fight down bottom. We see exactly why you were concerned.
I mean, it's not only that they have everything on the side of one win, they're 13k ahead now. It's just the fact that it's like bad Dota when you're going in for a fight when your carry is 500 gold. He was like, what, 500 gold away from completing the Aghanims. You could have given this up, bought the Aghanims, and then fought the next fight with a little bit of a better power spec on Gyro. This way, and this time around, even the vision that they had set up was way too defensive. And they're going into them, but they're leaving their vision behind, so they don't see the monkey. The Pango dies first. Just a difficult fight.
Difficult fight, a difficult game that does not get easier. 15,000 deficit. Items continuing to be delivered as well. Some incredibly farmed heroes and also supports as well. We are seeing really do a lot. Last game they had a lot of net worth, but we didn't really see that transition into some successful team fights. But so far, Sweden strong along with respect have done a really good job. They're going to continue to go. Munkushi. Got a glimpse of Lupsi. Going to be able to find the concoction under the tower. It's just these two heroes, though.
Yeah, they still get him, I feel like. Do they? A lot of heals, but... A lot of heals. Will he? Okay. Yeah, he will. He will. Just too much damage from the two of them. Do you like the double orchid, by the way? Both on Alchemist and on the monkey?
Sure. Why not? Yeah, I mean, it's quite nice versus... it's pretty much free kill versus the lion, and very nice versus the Pango as well. Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Yeah. I agree. All they needed this game is these orchids, just because of the way... I mean, maybe some bashers too, some Gleipnirs are good. And the monkey is buying that next, he's going for the Gleipnir.
So, very impressive to see the 9-day difference there from one win. I mean, definitely the big thing, right, is just, again, I mean, this mid lane. I mean, Chirajuna, I think, has had, 4, 2, and 6. 10 out of the 13. Kill participation, probably going to be able to get another as well with the leap over, thanks to the Aghanim Shard. TP out, is he going to die inside the base? In fact, it's Sweet and Strong that snipes him with the Stroke of Fate, so getting kills across the map. And they might even look for top as well. Cloud setting up with the RP is going to be able to find it onto the Gyrocopter, and they will surround him. TPs are going to come through, but they will be too late. I mean, this is just all one win in the second game.
The Yules happens, but like he uses it on the monkey, but they just don't have the items, they don't have the spells, they don't have the ability to take any of these fights. Like, once again, I'm absolutely wrong. Like, game number 1, I went with one team, game number 2 with the other, but the game just plays out completely differently. I feel like Blue Submarine, this draft of theirs, I do still believe it's good, but the way they decided to take teamfights around Puck early on was... I'm not sure. I feel like teams at this level, if they lose one lane very hard, Pango...
Okay, more kills being fed. It's got TP. Ooh, okay. Is it gonna cover it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay. It was kind of close, though.
Well, it truly was, yeah. He's buying Lincolns, by the way, next on the Pango.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just don't like it. I feel like it's forced, this game, but they have ways of breaking it. The Soulbind can be used on someone next to you as well. You'll see.
It feels like very desperate position for them to be in. And the map's even going to shrink even more. Respect now picking up a gem. Sweet and Strong. Blink into the Phantom's Embrace. So not only do you have like an Alchemist, Mag, and Monkey to initiate.
Yeah, top lane
support
though.
as well, and now. Oh, it's got Rapier queued up, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That territory.
yeah. That's what I was laughing at a little bit earlier. Gotta get away here.
The line is probably going to have to poke his head out to try and protect the Pangolier, but another Orchid. Yeah, it's just one after the other. The Spirit will go down. I mean, maybe, you know, some silver linings. It means that the Gyro is able to farm another Ancient stack and might get the Wisdom if he checks. Actually, Puck, okay.
He's not taking the Wisdom rune, sir. I mean, how could he know, right? Like, he didn't check. It's minute 26. Like, the rune is still not taken. Something about this Radiant Wisdom rune, I guess. Lion?
Yeah. Okay, well... they're just making up for time for kills that they missed in the previous game. You know, the floodgates are opened, 17 kills. There is just no place that is safe across the map. This is, yeah, this one's looking not good. 21,000 net worth lead. I'm very surprised the fact that it's still 15% probability somehow for Dial. I don't understand. But okay.
Gaben hates Alchemist, I guess, and loves the Gyro. That's it. Like, that's how good this draft is, that even now...
Shut up, dude. There's no way you're trying to make sure you don't sound that wrong.
That's how good this draft looks. But, yeah, they're not in a good spot.
The Puck jumped in.
There's a mag, by the way.
There's one yours, but what do you got afterwards? You don't have a whole lot.
This game might just be over even without the Aegis. Let's see if they even push high ground now. Yep. There's no chemical rage, like it's a quarter left remaining on the duration. He doesn't really care.
So if they continue to siege with the pace and respect, still 20 seconds without the puck. Gyrocopter's still trying to farm up that little bit. Oh, 24,000. Sorry, 2,400. So still actually quite a way until he gets towards Rapier. And they're going to be able to get the jump on the line. Cloud waiting for that horn toss to be back up. Some tips as well, potentially for some of the all chatting we saw towards the end of that game one. They were quite happy with the victory on Blue Submarine.
They got all chatted, by the way. They weren't the ones I believe that started the all chat in game number 1, but I don't know. The all chat is a bit controversial right now. I feel like there's good all chat and there's bad all chat.
This has its place.
Yeah, this one doesn't look that, foul-spirited. Looks alright.
Maybe it was. We just couldn't translate. Maybe they said some absolute nasty things.
No. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't. It was all good. But maybe. Let's.
How is your Russian?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Like I can understand. When people write, I'd say I understand almost everything.
Okay.
When people speak, if they speak fast enough, I might get lost a bit.
Yeah.
But
how similar is it to your native language?
It's similar. It's not something that, like, if you didn't learn it a bit, you're not gonna just pick up Russian immediately, but it has similar roots, right? Like, it's a Slavic language, so... Sure. Gyro?
I mean, there's a lot happening across the map. One on there on Gyro and also the line on the other side, but the important one is the carry that goes down. This is gonna slow down that Rapier. I think he was maybe like 500 gold away before that death, so... Really, the one hope they have, and if he buys back, that is just... You're not getting it for a lost fight. Because they're probably going to walk up bottom now.
Oh, or... Yeah, probably bottom. On Kushi with that DD.
Another one?
Huh?
Tira Jr. on this Monkey King. I mean, you have Orchid, Atos, and the goddamn Ag Shot as well. Your catch potential is through the roof. Spirit's going to try and play around with the Rolling Thunder.
The blink into TP, okay, I respect it. Yeah, this Monkey King, what you feel when you're playing against Monkey King that's having a good lane is that you're not safe anywhere. Like, this hero is probably the highest mobility hero in the game at the moment. Like, look at him. He was bottom, he's already mid. No TPs, nothing like that, just jumping around.
Oh, you escaped last time. This time, Spirit, how are you going to get out? And Chiro Jr. under the T4 tower. They're going to buy back out of Spirit, but he's really not going to be able to do anything. Watch as his support be killed without remorse, and well, at least you held the Gyrocopter buyback.
Yeah, that's 3 more minutes on that Aegis, though. You held the buyback, but basically what they're doing is they're giving their best to save this Gyro until he gets the Rapier, and then maybe you can take that one fight with the Rapier, but that's it.
Ooh. Maybe gonna join, but hold it off for the last second. Horn toss not there, and now mid and bottom is pushed in as well. Really got to be careful if even the Gyrocopter puts himself in a position where you can get horn tossed back. You are not going to survive at this stage.
Absolutely. He has no BKB, has no saves. So this Rapier, even though it's really cool, you need to find a way to initiate on the Magnus kind of first, and that's where the puck should come into play. Lion?
not a bad amount of damage onto the Monkey King. BKB still on cooldown for 18 seconds. Could be an opportunity. Chiro Jr. though, no one else is going to be there. Now Munkushi with the jump into the backline as well. Chiro Jr. protected with the Wukong's banishment as well at the last second for respect. And Gyrocopter is nowhere to be seen. Rapier has now been delivered. That's going to net him 1 kill. But he's got no more stuns to help close the distance and get the damage out afterwards. So this should be mega creeps.
Yeah, there's still RP, by the way. Keep in mind, so.
And a potential dead Gyrocopter as well. Munkushi sees an opportunity. Yeah, your damage is high, but your survivability is not high at all. G's are going to be dropped in 1 win. Are they going to be able to tie up our first series of the night?
GG? Yep. 1-1. Night for you, morning for me. Or noon right now, but... pretty...
I want you to get it correct.
Sometimes it
Looking
doesn't...
out for you.
Sometimes it truly... Like... When the teams are kind of evenish and you see the 2 drafts, you can maybe have a 55% a chance to guess who's gonna win. But in some games, it's just not worth even trying. When some teams play, it's just not worth even trying, and I think that's the one. So he just wrote, good luck and have a fun game. Basically, a very long version of good luck, have fun.
Well, this is a bit of a different look as well at Game 3 and how we're starting. I think 1 win this time. Looks like definitely very different start with them being able to get the D ward as well. But this is, I believe, both Game 1 and Game 2 they're on Raiden. We saw both those times they did like an aggressive smoke into Dire's outpost area. Now they control this area. Blue Submarine unable to find them. And now they're going to go for their own smoke to wrap around with just some of their heroes. It'll be 2 supports with the Enigma.
All the way around. They're not too strong, I would even say. Like, this Dire side fighting the rune is... Yeah, they're just going to secure the bot 2 runes. Top 2 runes going to be secured by Radiant, and that's it. None of these teams have like a Visage or something crazy like that, you know, that just dominates the rune fight.
Okay. Got an even 2-2 split. Yeah, what Respect is going to do? Double Sentry already picked up for the Batrider, so actually kind of intrigued on...
Yeah, he got the rune D ward, right? Did he? Oh no, Sweden. It was Sweden Strong actually that got it. Never mind.
It's a cool bat set. I don't know if there's one of the new ones, but it's actually really cool. We'll see. I imagine Sentry is going to be for the small camp. We'll see what he wants to do with the other one. But lane's breaking out now, so we'll see. I mean, mid should be very much a farm fest, right? I can't, like, okay, maybe you're going to toss the Earth Spirit onto the tower, but he can more than likely roll away.
Well,
this should be quite even, yeah?
Absolutely. He can kick you under the tower too. So, gotta be careful. Yeah. Both sides, though, very happy just to farm. And it's one of those snooze fests on the mid lane. 2 very bulky boys. Unless someone makes a big mistake, we won't really see a kill. On top lane, I still think there's a kill potential for 1 win. And maybe even for the other side. Nice snowball, by the way, to dodge the first stun attempt.
Yep, let's see how they're going to be able to go. And like we said, bottom lane, eyes on if they're going to be able to deal with the Eidolons too. That's definitely a big factor on if the Enigma is going to have a successful lane. You would probably say this is not a lineup that can do it top lane. Tusk, look, see, oh, what happened? We got a Smiley? Is there a...
Sometimes your mouse just stops working, you know? Sometimes you die.
Let's see.
It happens.
Is this a Lupsi mouse or is this the Ursa mouse or the Mag mouse? Who's the mouse we blaming? Are they gonna let him get away?
Yeah, of course they will let him live, right? He's dead actually. He's dead. He's got blood grenade anyway. I'm playing with...
solve.
Ah, yeah, sure. I'm playing with a wireless mouse as well, and it does happen that I lose battery mid-team fight sometimes. Not fun.
See. Is this is the wireless mouse the way to go? I always thought the wired mouse was where it was at, and then people have been hopping on this wireless train.
I don't know. I've just been playing with this one for a really long time now. I like it.
Respect top lane. Gonna be able to get in range here to get a little bit out of the tag team. Onkushi tries to hold them back. You okay? What is?
Yeah, so far One Win are having a good game, right? Like bot lane, Enigma isn't really pressured. Top lane, Alchemist got the first blood even. Unless some rotations happen, this status quo definitely benefits Dire.
Still trying to keep eyes on Munkushi if they go for another attempt on the Alchemist. Looks like he's trying for the moment. We've got the Lotus up.
I don't know, really.
Should be sweet and strong.
Yep, should be. Like, bot lane is a snooze fest, sure. Like, there isn't really any kill potential on both sides. But top lane, if I was looking at this lane, which I am, I guess. I am looking at the lane. I feel like there's more kill potential from Alchemist and Bat, even through the tag team, even through the Magnus being kinda big at the moment.
Are they just feeling like? Is the positioning the creep wave being a big issue for them at the moment up top, where they're not able to play aggressive? Are they just maybe not reading how aggressive they could play? Like, what's going on?
On Dire or on Radiant?
Yes, in top in particular. For Munkushi in respect.
Yeah, everyone has a lot of resources. There's just not a lot of plays that you can make, and they're happy just farming on both sides. Like Bat was pulling the small camp as well. You know, so overall they're just playing the very defensive lane game. Now they're gonna try.
Spirit's gonna be fine. We'll take a little bit of damage. Seeing bottom as well, like Ursa's getting a lot more Eidolon kills than what I'm really would expect in this lane in particular, so looks like he's, again, like you were saying, off to a pretty good start. They do have the creep wave in a good position at the moment for One Win, but they weren't able to stop the hard pull from Azteco.
Again, top lane. The snowball dodge. They're gonna go in. This might be a dead Tusk. Let's see. Yeah.
It is, yeah. 4 stacks of sticky. Spirit's gonna look for the
Maybe even
at least
Spirits.
return kill. Hang on, Munkushi now recognizes he's okay to be able to fight back. Respect, unfortunately, a little bit more into the sticky napalm. They're gonna help him get the kill though. Won't even go for it, I think, out of range anyway.
Yeah, but this is still very sad because the lane is pushing in under the tower. So Magnus right now, this is a really bad feeling. Like, 2 waves are completely lost. So not only do you lose the Tusk, you're forced to move back, and when you come back to the lane is pushing. Well, maybe it's even worse than if you just died there. It probably isn't, but you're not happy with the situation, that's all I'm saying.
Yep. It's a big wave there, so hopefully they're going to be able to put some pressure onto Munkushi to stop him from farming. Concoction isn't really charged up on... Neither does a Flame Break help him escape, so... Respect is maybe getting some damage onto Loopsy, but it's not going to matter in the end. So you were speaking about, the Magnus missing a lot of creeps, so we're going to see the Alchemist miss a lot of creeps now as well.
Yep, nice little counterplay. Probably the best one possible, and now Ursa rotating top as well. They want to get the bat too. Very aggressive. This Alchemist, by the way...
They run the Alchemist? Yeah, actually, hang on. I was going to say, he TP'd in.
I mean, I think they at least are going to try. Yeah, they're running him. Oh, the ice shards, they don't connect.
This is still a lot of creeps he's missing. It's going to be triple range that gets denied in his face, and you've got the Earth Spirit nearby as well. Slow roll hits the mark, and now sweet and strong. Nice sidestep of the stun. So for the Ursa, he will be able to get involved, gets himself a kill. And again, yeah, Alchemist really missing a lot of creeps in this lane now as a result of the pressure that Blue Submarine are putting out.
Yeah, this is like a coaster lane. Like it went from being amazing for Munkushi to like being okay. We are not even winning the lane anymore that hard. Nice rotations by Dirsa as the core. He wanted to steal this Wisdom Rune, but probably just gonna die in the end.
But he will. Chira Jr. Wisdom and the kill. This is going to be definitely the big thing I'm looking at. Like, he's probably... I mean, yeah, okay, the Alchemist still second in net worth, but really this Tiny and how is he going to be able to perform in the early game? Can he get a good timing out of the Blink Dagger, and how active is he going to be even without that Blink? He's looking to try and still stay around bottom. Maybe feeling like there's an opportunity to put some pressure onto the Ursa, who is back inside the jungle for the moment.
Oh, they have that as well.
Comes through the portal. Cloud's ready with the Black Hole if they need it. And yep, no hesitation. I mean, the Rage is going to be used, but it's not going to do nothing. The status resistance will not be a factor. And that's a big kill. That's Drums into the tower. So, and again, closer towards the Blink Dagger. Really like what I'm seeing with them for the past minute or so here from 1 win down bottom.
Yeah, this is probably the lane that they just won the hardest. Even though there's a lot of movements around this Alchemist, these movements, from the Ursa at least, they weren't because like he felt that's the best move possible. It's just because that's the best move possible in the current circumstances where you can't lane into Enigma anymore. So you have to go away. And yeah, nicely done that they pressured the Ursa, killed him off.
It was pretty important to be able to slow down this game. It does have Battle Fury queued up even with the Empower, which is something we see still pretty regularly. This is not like it was in the past where even with the Magnus, you go for your farming accelerant. And once again, they're going to bring respect through the portal. They're going to run into Aztec also. Ursa's able to slip over to the right side. And Pugta's going to make sure he doesn't run to the Ursa. Or maybe do they want to fight instead? Mass TPs to the outpost. It's getting a bit awkward now. When Earth Spirit's going to be here, let's see how the spell casting is going to come into play. But the Magnetize could be huge. He might not even get it off. What is the damage for the Tiny Chira Jr.? He's going to just be able to kill them all with one toss. Munkushi's here. It's not a bad shard. Munkushi's going to be able to step through the tree line. One TP will go off, but Ursa is stuck down bottom. And they're going to kite him out. Mag will also come on over. Side steps, they know how important it is to make sure they split away from the RP, and they will do that perfectly. Now, Spirit, where are you going to run, my friend? Back through the portal. You'll go where there's stuns. It does not matter.
That's a
one win. That is a massive fight for them down bottom.
They lost everyone, right? Like it was first the Pugnut that died as well. That's such a huge mistake. And it all started like you called it out perfectly. It was all about leading the bat into the Ursa, because once that Ursa is scouted, he's dead. Like there is no way to bail him. And they decided, okay, this Ursa, this guy, this hero, he needs to have a good start. If he dies and dies instantly after again, that's basically, it's not game over, but it's putting you in a really rough spot. So they all went there, they all tried to fight.
Ooh. Uh-oh. I mean, your tempo controller has really struggled so far this game. It looks like he's going to be okay, though, with the Earth Spirits. Chira Jr. is still going to be able to get the toss back. Earth Spirit steps over to the right side with the sacrifice of Lupsi. It looks like he is okay.
Yeah, just super rough when you're put in position in which you have to take a fight that you don't want to take. You know, and it's just like they couldn't... One decision or another, both are bad. And I think they actually did choose the worst out of two very bad decisions. To sack the Ursa once again, or to fight with him and lose the fight.
And with all that going on, I mean, Spirit's not being able to, like, at least just Magnus, maybe you'd think, okay, with this hero is able to be a bit higher in net worth and have a closer blink, but that's not going to be the case. I thought bottom, maybe that Earth Spirit would magnetize with all them being clumped up and kind of everyone, they weren't targeting him at that moment, but we just saw a big combo out of Dire, and now this has really stunted some of the aggression that they were hoping to output early on from Blue Submarine. So I mean, let's see. Importantly, still this Ursa is farmed. That is the big thing. So it's going to be a pretty decent timing with the Battle Fury nonetheless. And like you said, he's got some pretty good matchups this game, but can he actually have that performance like they were hoping?
Yeah, he is farmed, but this isn't... I don't know, like usually when you see the Ursa, you want to see him controlling the game a bit more, you know? Not being killed twice in a quick succession. But we'll see.
Did you see that?
Yeah. It's rough. Rough life. These two supports are really good into Pugna. That's something that they made sure. Like some games, if you pick normal supports, stock standard into Pugna, he has so much impact. But if you get heroes that can burst him down easily, or that bring a lot of magic damage even to decrep, suddenly it doesn't matter too much. The hero falls off a bit.
Spirit top lane looks like with the Alchemist showing is going to pay some respect to the potential rotation, but they were there and ready. We'll be able to get the skill back onto 2, but it's not going to matter without any TPs or anyone nearby. There's a great use of the Arcane Rune from Chira.
Yep, the Arcane Rune and the Blink. They will have Vendetta now, by the way, so Sweden Strong can actually make a play, and he's going to do exactly that. Straight over the cliffs, scouts out the sentry. Going for that Dagon. Didn't go the double null build, by the way. Went for the Arcane Boots into Dagon. He is scouted once more. Does it matter, though?
Curious?
Oh, he's just dead
Finds the
again.
angle for the toss, but were they baiting, though? They knew the Nyx was here and probably playing with the Tiny, and this is a big opportunity for them to get a kill onto the mid laner as well. And importantly, Ursa gets the gold. And now, I mean, they saw Mokushi step inside the river.
Yeah, Enigma is there, though, so they're careful, right? Like, they see Cloud is around. He's got Blink, too. But very nicely, like you said, I'm not sure if the bait was both for Tiny and the Nyx, but it worked out perfectly. They caught both.
Yeah, we'll give them their props and say well done, because it's a really big couple of kills you need to stem the momentum. I mean, this was starting to get a bit out of control. You got the Blink now, and Ursa is almost towards the Yasha. He's farming. He's doing incredibly well. It's just like, are you going to have responses to a BKB Black Hole? Because Cloud has almost got the Boots of Bury, and he's already got that BKB queued up.
Yep. The BKB Black Hole used to be like the scariest thing in Dota, and you had to find a way of dealing with it. I feel like it's not as potent any longer, because there are ways eventually to deal with it, right? Like even a Wind Waker later on down the game. Sweden Strong. Going fast. He's got that free patting still. This free patting is maybe a bit too long. I like Nyx, but 15 seconds of unobstructed patting might be unnecessarily long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely something. At least the hero's back, but it's for an interesting reason. Solo kills and Dagon usages, Mind Flare, Dagon farming. Like, yeah, okay,
And
cool.
at least Dagon is being purchased by someone, you know. I
that's
guess
true.
Dagon is more meta now, because you have Queen of Pain as well and other heroes that need spell lifesteal.
Okay, who are the others? Nyx and Quap.
Come on,
Right?
don't don't do that.
Sweet and strong. Gonna be able to get the Sonos to the Magnus, but this team are ready to follow by. They're gonna try and target down with the Earth Spirit at the moment, but you got a Blade Mail, 2,000 health you have to go through. That is not the target without everyone else ready instantly. So it's just an easy kill onto the Nyx. The bug will be squashed, and Blue Submarine will go for a quick smoke because they've got a pretty decent ward inside Dire's Triangle.
Keeper of the Light.
Jungle.
Keeper of the Light. I just remembered. There you go. That's the third one. That's another hero that buys Dagon. If he's played on mid. That's it. That's the trio. No one else. I think. Is there anyone else? I don't think so.
Dies and then respawns and dies. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
Who's-
Pugna is feeding though. Another one. 1-4.
Come on, bro. Just some sacrificial. Oh,
Oh, they know now.
awkward.
He was kind of setting up because there's Alchemist Tiny and Enigma around. They're all kind of converging on the next position, but now with that... nice attempt by Spirit. Not gonna happen though. Yeah, just walk it off, bro. Nothing happened. We didn't see anything.
So, I mean, we are seeing some... Both sides are attempting to try and have some fights go on, but not really getting any big action at the moment. Net worth is still continuing to grow nonetheless, so for Dire, 7,000. Importantly, Ursa does have this London Yasha. Is he going to be kited inside the fight, so that is maybe a bit of a concern. Do you feel like that could be the case, or do they have enough stuns and ways to enable him?
I mean, it's all about the black hole versus him, right? Because all the stats resistance that he's getting from SNY and from his ulti doesn't really matter there. When it comes to kiting, because he went for SNY, I don't think it's that big of a problem. It kinda is, but it isn't huge. And they have some team control as well. Like you have RP, you have Earth Spirit. I do believe that they can enable this Ursa, but it's still a goddamn Ursa. This hero just falls off. We'll see if they can make it work.
I wonder what the itemization is going to be as a whole as well for the Ursa. Like we've seen, it's been a while now. I believe mainly since it was Arme that like invented it, but with like some Octarine kind of crazy spell casting S sort of build, like a hybrid. So we'll see. We are going to get a fight though. One win, looking to try and defend that tower. You want to jump the bear though. He's got the Aegis. Hero Junior. They'll run into the Tusk instead. A quick and easy pickoff could be nice, but they have to use the lasso. And now Tira starting to get some Fury swipes built up onto him.
When Kushi is on
also going to be
mag,
able to lock onto him over on the west side, though. They're still on the Spirit with the Black Hole. It's only on the Pugna, but it's probably not going to matter in the end. They'll be able to secure some kills. Ursa still going uncontested inside this team fight, but the stuns is the issue. Sweet and Strong duking and driving. They're just kiting the Ursa. Another toss over the top and puts Ursa onto Munkushi, but it's not going to matter. He's got no one now to play with him. He tried to do it all by himself, but off the back of the respawn, the stuns will be there. There's going to be no right clicks that come out, and it's another white for one win.
yeah, they just outplayed them really damn hard. The RP was there, but it was on two heroes and it was on a Carapace. So he had no follow-up post-RP. Even though the Black Hole was kinda bad, it only caught the Pugna and got immediately cancelled by the Earth Spirit. They still didn't have the damage through the control. Yeah, like, you made a very nice point asking about the Ursa kite, and I thought that they would have enough. But they didn't. And it didn't even look like the initiation from Onwin was amazing, right? Like, just the jump on the Tusk, killing off the Tusk first. But I guess that's what it takes. Jump in, kill off the Tusk, and then fight afterwards. They have a 4-staff on bat too, so 4-staff on bat, toss the Ursa away with a tiny Carapace from the Nyx Assassin. There's a lot of small little things that add up.
Run, my friend. As Deco, not much you're going to be able to do. You can try and protect yourself versus Nyx, but now you got two other Blink heroes. And this is getting very close to an awkward as well from Munkushi, and they might sweep towards top. Sweet and Strong still has this Vendetta, potentially scout for a +1. Watch a bit too late for the Wisdom.
That's
Batrider is...
yeah.
What is the farm from Respect?
They're really finding ways to activating their supports, like, or I should say their supports are very farm oriented in game number 1 and game number 3, even in game number 2. Like, you have this bat that's farming away, like you just said, and also Nyx Assassin has Dagon 2 now too. Like, they just make sure that these supports can farm. On the other side, once again, like Tusk and Pugna, kind of falling behind.
Yeah, they don't as much have this ability to keep up. And Tuska's net worth is maybe a little bit inflated because he did get that Ike shard. See where the smoke is going to go. They look pretty hesitant, I guess, maybe with the power in that's spawning surely. Tiro Jr.'s going to try and do his best to disrupt the combination. Clouds in, it's a huge black hole. Everything he was waiting for. This game is now blown wide open. RP. It's an even better RP from Spirit with the Ursa nearby. The cleave starting to get going, but once the stuns have expired with the Ursa, he's actually retreating. He does not see this as an opportunity for him to turn the tides and win this team fight. Not with the overwhelming amount of numbers that Dire are playing with.
Yeah, that's an instant dieback by the Tusk. Ooh, like the RP was good. I can see why they got baited into it, because the black hole, even though it looked great, they had the BKB popped, right? Like Earth Spirit had the BKB and it was only the tiny kind of hitting him. So they didn't really have a lot of damage into the black hole. It didn't matter in the end. The Alchemist dealt more than enough. The Tusk feels bad, man. Buybacks tries to join the fight once again. Doesn't manage to do so. Magnus, by the way, he skewered the Tiny away and tried to kind of solo him, and then he got soloed by the Tiny instead.
We're speaking a lot about net worth, but now the Magnus after that team fight as well. Like, this is just... I mean, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. You are really just like, alright, so what can you do, buddy? And it doesn't seem like you need a perfect RP, which you kind of got at them, but like full duration, the Ursa also using the stuns, and if there's like 1 second where he's not there, right clicking, then we're seeing it be a really big issue.
Yeah, I feel like their full, how to put it, like idea of how the game should be played fell apart, because if you're playing the Ursa and you're having a really good start, you get this Battle Fury and you get like a Shadow Blade and you're hunting down heroes. And you're getting like some small little skirmishes and pickoffs, and you just go when you're like 15-0 Ursa, you know. It can happen. This is what you're picking the hero for. But if your lane goes poorly and then you can't even get the Shadow Blade, you end up just being kited in endless streak of team fights.
Smoke up. Run straight to Cloud. Not a bad target. BKB is really not going to do a lot to protect Cloud if they can lock onto him, and they'll do just that. Meanwhile, over the left side, Spirit RP onto the Alchemist. Swipes is starting to get going. It's a great stun from Sweden Strong onto 3. It'll give time for Munkushi to pop the BKB and turn. That stun was perfect. The Nyx Assassin. It's not your big RP, it's not your big black hole, but just an Impale lines him up perfectly.
That's another very sad forced fight by Blue Submarine. It's this Alchemist. They RP'd him, but he had unstable already channeling. And as they RP him, and as Ursa goes on the Alchemist, that stun completes, stuns the Alchemist, sure, but stuns everyone around him too. So they can't really kill him in the RP. Because he's stunned, but everyone else around him is stunned as well. It's just stupid. Like, one of those things where you're like, okay, I guess, whatever. Enrage doesn't work, I need a BKB on the Ursa, but you don't really want to buy a BKB on this hero. And that was all without the black hole, by the way. Without the Enigma, I should say, because he died first.
Maybe kill into Sweden Strong, we'll see. Oopsie, a little bit too far away to get the jump on the Nyx.
Yeah, he saw him, but he didn't have a dust. He didn't have a dust right there.
They're also connecting to Sweden Strong, so I like this play a lot. You already have a Nyx Assassin in the backline trying to scout out maybe if there's any stragglers or people late to this defense. He will run a little bit more aggressively into the triangle though, but he's got Munkushi ready to blink in, along with Chira Jr. Be able to get the stun from afar. Unfortunately, Concoction's not going to fly out, but it will not matter in the end as the Pugna goes down. And this T2 tower is probably going to follow as well.
He's got 9 deaths now on the Pugna. This is not a fun game for the Green Skelly man. And Glimmer Cape doesn't help you versus Nyx. He's got this stupid innate ability like Nyx Sense. So any kind of invis doesn't really help. He can always follow you through.
Say Maga BKB. See if that's able to help out in some way. Level 15 as well. Will these go down? So final tier 1 tower at least. They're going to be able to claim, but Roshan is up. And it looks like Dire are going to be in a position to take this and Radiant on the opposite side of the map.
One thing that I'm seeing that they're kind of greeding around is not itemizing against the Ursa per se. Like they have one Force Staff and that's it. Bloodthorn sure is great, but 0 Yule Scepters on the side of one win. And I feel like the way you play this, if you're Blue Submarine, is you jump in with the RP, with the Blink that's eventually gonna be there for the Ursa, and you try to blow someone up, and you disengage off of that. Usually that's completely countered by a singular Yule Scepter on the Ursa. So maybe there's some sort of a play around that for Blue Submarine, but they're 20k behind. Everything is just theoretical at this point.
Yeah. I don't mind this play though. Look at them setting up at the outpost. Unfortunately, it's just the Batrider that comes through the portal. No one else. I mean, Ursa's now trying to hunt the other heroes that were there, but they've gotten away. They're split at the moment. Munkushi with Sweet and Strong. Other two on the opposite side of the map, but it's just going to be the kill into the Batrider. This game will actually slow down a little bit. Munkushi looking for the last little bit gold towards the AC. They've got a great ward already set up down bottom. Doesn't have much time left, 30 seconds. Might actually have an opportunity mid lane. Earthspirit is going to show.
Oh, the Carapace.
Timing there. It's perfect. Carapace is going to be able to set up for all the stuns to come in afterwards. Very nicely done from Sweet and Strong.
Yeah, that was such an easy pick-off as well. That's a level 4 Dagon, by the way. He didn't go for anything else. He's just maxing.
He's got Grobo too.
Yeah, he's Dagon maxing. He doesn't have a shard yet, by the way. That's the one that he also could use. But wait, did they change that? Am I crazy?
What did they change? What are we asking? Well, we watched Loopsy die. Loopsy.
Yeah, they did, I guess. The Vendetta shard, wasn't it like more magic damage on it? But I guess it's changed, right? Like now it's only break. They removed the magic thing. Yeah, my bad. I don't play Nyx Assassin as much as I should. This hero is way too much fun. It's also a hero that just, like, when you're playing in pubs, this is a hero that either wins the game or just makes everyone demoralized on your side. Because
yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah. You got a couple of those heroes that are just like, I'm like, what's going on, bro? Like, Sweet and Strong scouting out the Ursa.
Well, Dagger is coming out of cooldown, so he needed to make a move right there.
Gets out. And splits him away again. So no high ground siege, still 2 minutes 30 left on the Aegis. We'll see what the call is going to be if they potentially want to try and occupy the triangle now, which is the last little home that Blue Submarine have to play with. The lines are drawn, so it looks like that may be the call.
Oh, gets scouted. That sentry. Yeah, high ground is still very possible for one win, but still very dangerous, right? Like, you are playing into a Magnus, so gotta respect that, but we'll see if they actually respect it or if they just go in. They are...
There's also a toss that's queued up Scepter.
Yeah, like, he queued it up. On the other side, Batrider completed his. It's flying out. So even though you're playing into this mag, like, Bat with the smoke play jumps in. He's got Psychic Headband as well. Like, he can get these pick-offs. Like, you can actually reach high ground with him.
And they are not set up as well. Spirit's out of the base. He's going for like a poor man's Scepter with the Harpoon. And Ursa is trying to farm towards the MKB. So they're going to give up this set of barracks by the looks of it. They will glyph though, which is... I mean, I guess they'll probably get a refresh, so...
Yeah, it's a first side, right? First set of Raxes. A little bit of delay by the Crapify as well. Gotta be careful.
Did he see? What? Did he see the... How did he see the Nyx? Okay, it's still alive. Is this an opportunity for them to maybe get a jump, a free pick off front of the next assassin? That'll be the case. So yeah, you're losing your buildings, but I think they were probably going to go down anyway.
Absolutely, it's a free pick off for them. Well, not free, like you said, but the base was lost anyway. The side. You know, as next assassin, you're sometimes way too sneaky for your own good. The MKB that you talked about, by the way, is completed on Ursa. Now you have the MKB, you have the Basher. Maybe it's possible that you blow up the Alchemist, because keep in mind, the Aegis is reclaimed in 20 seconds. But they know, they have two... their vision is way too good like this. Dire War down bottom, top lane is being pushed in by Eidolons, so they just retreat on their own high ground. They're very well aware of what's going on.
I know we were kind of memeing a little bit about this Tusk Scepter, but somehow he's actually got a lot of gold. Hopefully he doesn't die here though.
You jinxed it.
Okay, well...
You jinxed it, Ares. It's just you.
No. No.
He was 200 gold away, now it's 400. They're trying to set up around bot, but why would they care? The top lane is being pushed in. They can literally force another one, another side in. Yeah, you gotta go back. Yeah, they gotta go back. They have to respect this push.
Look at Cherry's positioning though. DD inside the bottle, sitting in the base as well, looking for the toss back. He's going to find it. We'll just go for the burst and doesn't have the damage over the Glimmer Cape. Counter initiation respect. Trying to target down with the Earth Spirit. BKB's not going to be activated until the last second. Ursa finds a decent jump at the backline, so it's going to be a 1-for-1, but of course, a much more valuable kill going the way of one win, with the position 2 going down.
I'm actually shocked that Pugna didn't die. Just absolutely shocked that he didn't die to that jump in from the Tiny. He does get a nice level 15 talent, like 350 health. It's really damn good. Plus the Glimmer, plus the Vambrace, but that still puts him on 1800 HP, right? Like, it's still not that great. And yeah, surprised the Tiny didn't manage to blow him up. They have a Kanda though, so we'll see the next couple of jumps. What's gonna happen?
Are you kind of surprised that one win? Like, do you feel like they're paying them almost too much respect?
Yeah, I feel like that there was definitely a chance for them to do more. Maybe they were respecting the buybacks, I'm not sure, but with Third Spirit being dead, I feel like they could have done more. They had the Black Hole as well. Not sure why they just absolutely bailed.
Mid lane. Trying to set up on the creep wave. Spirit's actually going to show respect. Look for the jump back to the lasso. Nice silence as well on the task. Prevents the snowball. Mukushi was on point, and now you've got the black hole as well. But the roll in sets up onto both of these heroes. And with the rage, it's about to expire. And once it is over, his health is gone.
Yeah, this is... Ursa does have a buyback, but how do you defend at this point? There is no Earth Spirit for 40 seconds, no Tusk for 30. At least you are losing another side here. They're just gonna go in. Chemical Rage up in 25 seconds. No BKB on Alchemist, but do you care? I'm not sure you do. I don't think so. Your Tiny has a BKB. He can be the one basically solo pushing this.
They're gonna look to try and go, but... Okay. BKB, and Chiro Jr. now... The Ursa's in a little bit of danger. Tossed out, and Rage still on cooldown, but there's the RP, but it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Ursa would do his best, but he's got no one here. No reinforcements, no life. And no more way back in. One win.
GG.
They're going to be able to take the series. Your game one was not what we were expecting out of them. Blue Submarine came out of the gate storming. But in the end, they were able to settle themselves and find a successful series victory in the end. And they're going to continue on in the upper bracket.